Let's talk about sexual health. For real.
Hello and welcome back to Healthy Love. This is the second episode. Yay!
Hello.
I'm Kat and I will have with me always Shika.
Yeah. Always.
Always with me. And we have a guest today. Her name is Apolline.
Hello.
She's from France.
I am.
Yes, and she's amazing. Okay, today we have a different subject, I guess. We're gonna talk about, sex and drugs in media, especially on movies and TV. We're gonna talk a little about maybe your favorite show, who knows, Euphoria. We're not gonna super get into it, but we're gonna use it as an example. We're gonna talk about other movies.
Mm-hmm.
We have some statistics for you, some tips, so stay tuned. I think you're gonna enjoy this one. So, starting from the very top, have you ever watched Euphoria?
Yeah. I did, and I really like the show. I have to say, yeah.
You?
Yeah, I watched Euphoria since the very beginning. I watched I watched the whole TV show, and I enjoyed too. Yeah.
Okay. And
So yeah,
drugs apart, like how do you feel about it?
yeah, that's it. So I think it's the cinematography. It's really, really beautiful. I think they do a good job on that, choosing the colors, the soundtrack, everything.
Yeah, the music is amazing, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very nice. But yeah, that's one of the problems of the romanticization.
It's kind of a two-double sword.
Yeah, that's it. Because
Two-double.
for people, I understand that for people that are watching, it's a whole type of art what they are doing. But that's it. Maybe people that are not that into it, or young people in general, don't have the perception. Yeah, don't have. Thank you. Don't have that enough to
To be able to understand everything and
yeah, exactly.
to take distance from it, no?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Apolline.
I think we're already a generation that romanticizes things a lot. Like, even, I feel like mostly even mental health stuff. And it's not necessarily our fault. It's just something social media kind of raises into doing. So yeah, it's kind of, I think it's portraying, like, in a way, is doing a good job portraying drug abuse, because, we see, like, the main character and she's not doing great. But at the same time, like, this is kind of a thing, this is a real story. That's the thing, it's extremely well written, because this is a true story. It actually happened to the guy that wrote the show, Sam Levinson. The thing is, Sam Levinson was in high school, like, 20 years ago. So it's not something that we as Gen Z should relate with.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And I want to say also, because I think it's important, because in my personal experience, I know myself, and I'm 100% sure that if I watch Euphoria with 14 years old, I would want to live that life. You know, I will wish to live the life of the characters and everything. And now, with the age that I have now and the knowledge that I have
old
now,
people.
yeah, oops. But yeah, nowadays I can watch Euphoria and I can understand that it's not a good reality to have. It's not good at all.
It's not,
But-
I mean, it's not that kids are stupid and cannot, like, think of their own, but obviously influences and that's what we were saying, like, everything looks super pretty, and, like, the makeups and
That's
Zendaya.
the point. Yeah,
You
that's
know?
it. Maybe in the mind they can think that if they do drugs or whatever they are doing in the TV show, they will live the same
life.
life, the same glamour life, and
Yeah, because they
everything.
look like the cool kids
Yeah.
in the series.
yeah.
Yeah, even she goes through so much. I mean, I haven't watched the show. I'm gonna be totally honest, but what I'm seeing is she goes through so much, and even then, like, oh, this is amazing. This looks wow. She looks so
Yeah.
good, and
Yeah, that's it.
yeah, and like I feel like comparing maybe to other drug-related movies. For
Mhm.
example, Trainspotting. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I love the movie,
Yeah, it's
and I
great.
think it's a really, really good way to talk about drugs.
Because it's not, again, not that Euphoria is not realistic, because again it's a true story, but it's
Mhm.
just not realistic to us. I mean,
Exactly.
Transpotting in 30 years ago, in the early 90s, it was a huge drug problem in Scotland. Nobody was romanticizing that. It was dreadful, and
Mhm.
they did really, I mean, I wasn't there, but I think they did a really good job doing that. It was not romantic at all. Like, if you watch it,
That's it.
you don't want to live like that.
You watch
You know?
and you feel like sorry
And
about
Ewan
what
McGregor
happened.
And Ewan McGregor was extremely attractive, but we still don't want to live like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and I have some like questions for you. For example, because I feel you would think that kids were doing more drugs recently. They were doing
Yeah.
20 years ago,
Exactly.
wouldn't you?
And it's not
I
the
think.
case.
It's not really the case. It's
Okay.
crazy because 20 years. I mean, I don't have the exact statistics, but I know from what I've seen here in 2016, under 10% of 12 to 17-year-olds reporting using alcohol, just alcohol.
Mhm.
It's the most, it's the
Common,
first, it's the
yeah.
first drug you do, and like
Yeah.
they're not. This is also American statistics, so it's not all
Mhm.
Worldwide,
across
yeah.
Europe.
Mhm.
And since 2019, there was overdose deaths involving synthetic opioids. Were nearly 12 times higher in 2019 than in 2013. 12 times.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
It's
That's-
huge.
Yeah.
And more than 36,000 people died from overdose involving this kind of drugs
Mhm.
in America. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And this, by the way, this was all from, this data is all from Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Okay, just hope this is realistic statistics. And I wanted to ask you, do you know what came out in 2019?
I
No.
want. I'm afraid, but I want.
It's Euphoria. I mean, I'm not saying
yeah.
this
Mhm.
is related. I'm not saying that this guy brought the drug problem back to the youth. We
Of
also
course.
don't know if these numbers are from teenagers or from other
Mhm.
people, but they're a little related. Like also,
Mhm.
like this synthetic opioids, the fentanyl is one of them. It's
Yeah.
highly talked on the show.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I think in some way, in America, they are more into Euphoria.
Yeah.
They give more importance and everything. It's like crazy. They even put like Euphoria assassins in parties.
Yeah.
I saw a video from that the other day, and they were dancing with the assassin behind in a bar or whatever. It's like crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's very popular, I think.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the series 13 Reasons Why.
mhm.
Yeah,
I
was
think
really.
it's kind of the same problem, yeah.
Mhm.
And also, speaking of, like, we've talked a lot about drugs, but also I feel like it's such a bad representation of sex as well.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's all, again, I haven't watched it, but all the scenes I've watched it, all so aggressive. And this is people that are watching this. This is for teenagers, apparently. People that are watching this, we know teenagers are having sex, and a lot of young adults are not having sex, so we cannot say that we know more than they do.
Mhm.
But it portrays, like, most of them are starting now, and they portray such a violent, and like, they will think that this is okay, and what people can do to their bodies, and like, this is how you lose your virginity. This is not, like, it's not
Exactly.
realistic.
Yeah.
It's so harmful.
In some way, it's the same problem as pornography.
Yeah.
Because it's more common to watch a TV show than pornography or whatever.
Yeah.
And the problem it's the same. We are gonna talk about it too in another episode.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Yes, but that's it. They are thinking that it's normal to have that abusive, not
Yeah.
aggressive, that abusive sex. It's normal, and it's the right way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
not.
It's in
I mean-
also. Sorry.
No, that's it. I mean, of course, if you like that and it's okay with you and your partner, okay, it's okay. But they are gonna put themselves into situations that they don't even think about it.
Yeah, they don't feel comfortable
Mhm.
and they think they should because they think that's sex.
Yeah.
It's a false representation. Yeah.
And
And they
again,
are growing with this idea of sex and also of drugs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
and I have like from this child development study that was done in 2017, apparently America was going through a sex recession, so kids were also not having that much sex. And it's portrayed also like this representation that every teenager needs to have sex, and if they don't have sex, they're not, they're
In
not
high
grown
school
up.
and everything.
That doesn't
yeah.
happen that often.
Yeah.
And you mean, can you imagine like having? I mean, don't imagine, like having just super aggressive sex when you're 15 or even younger. That is absolutely insane. It's not normal. Like, don't think. Also, if you're doing it, you do you. But it's doesn't. You need to understand that it's okay.
Exactly, you can do it, but you need to have the knowledge to understand that it's not common.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you like it, you like it, but it's not the right way. I mean, not the right, but
there's-
it's not
There's
just that way.
there's no right or wrong way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just consensual way. It's the
Exactly,
only.
yeah.
It's the only right way.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been a lot easier to do this show with like high school kids or like even
Yeah,
people in
that's
their
also
20s.
a big problem, I think, in the series nowadays. The actors are always more than 20
Yeah.
because it's like I think it's child's legal or something. It's more maybe easier to film with actors that are
Yeah,
older.
because
but,
like kids, I know they have like working hours. They're a little more restricted, and also the parents need to be on set. I guess it's a little it's easier
Yeah.
to. But that's the thing. It would be like, why are we watching kids have sex and do drugs? Why can't we not like watch college kids? And obviously, it's a lot more common to college kids to be having sex and doing drugs than high school kids. Not
Yeah.
that it not happens, but it would be more comfortable for us, and it would be maybe it would change like this kind of the audience of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm just old. I just feel like they're too young to watch this.
yeah.
I mean, oh my god! I think this audience is gonna hate me. I'm so sorry. I mean,
And
watch.
in some way, I think it's even difficult for them to relate with the characters.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think you appreciate more a TV show or a movie if you can relate in some way with the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they are teenagers in the high school and they don't look at all with teenagers. They are always stunning. They don't have pimps in the face, whatever.
Pimples.
You don't
They
need
are
to.
all beautiful, so they are not teenagers.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And they were actually, I read about it, and they were actually most of them models.
Yeah.
So
Have
Yeah.
you watched Sex Education?
yes, I watched.
What do you think about it? Because I also haven't watched it. But I've seen some scenes, and I know some scenes are also incredibly well written. But to me, I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't usually watch these type of shows. I watch dumber stuff. But to me, they're also, they have like these super heavy scenes, but the script is incredibly infantilized. Like,
Yeah.
like the dialogue, it's a little.
But I think it's not bad. Like really, I
Mhm.
prefer this. It's more innocent, but also
Yeah.
more representative of
Yeah,
the reality.
it's more-
You know?
But that's the thing,
yeah.
like the mixture of it is kind of that's what's weird to me. Like
Okay.
the dialogues and everything is so simple and so like a little more for younger people, but then like the scenes are so rough and intense for older people. You know what I mean?
In Sex Education.
I'm talking maybe more about Euphoria, but maybe about. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because comparing Sex Education and Euphoria, of course, the main topic it's not the same, but some stuff are the same.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in Euphoria they talk about also the LGBT community, and in Sex Education they do it too. And I
Yeah.
think in Sex Education they are really more realistic, you know, because I think they have a good point.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good point because that's it. The
Dialogue.
thank you, that I have are actually the same that we had on high school, and the way that they treat the topics, it's
important.
Yeah, it's better.
I've seen one scene again. I don't know if I should super get into it, but I remember it was about consent. It was the bus scene that they all went with that girl because she was touched in the bus. That was
it's
incredible.
amazing. That's a scene.
Yeah.
And I think it's not so common in series to talk about this kind of topic, so they did great.
Yeah, like in Euphoria, I cannot feel like these feel-good moments, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like maybe it shouldn't be as targeted for high schools as it is.
It's always chaotic.
Yeah,
true. Or maybe it's going good, but we know that at a point it will go down.
Yeah.
And I think you can, if you watch, I'm not talking about what I prefer or what it's better because I can't. But I think in some way in sex education you can have more knowledge after watch a episode, a season.
Yeah, I agree.
And in Euphoria you don't have knowledge. You know, in the end it's like, oh, okay, this happened.
Yeah, even about the drug stuff, it's just like, oh, they did drugs and now they're not okay. And that's it.
And you don't know more.
You don't know, like, all the rehab that she did, like, what can she do? What can you do if you do drugs? Maybe they'll find it in newer seasons. I know there's, like, it's a path. It's like, this I think, okay, maybe this is not incredibly, like, this is not, like, a bad thing they're doing, like, showing this path, because it's a horrible path. And maybe they'll find... At the end, she'll find herself and be, I don't know, clean. Because we know the guy was clean. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like that show. I'm sorry. It's just...
But I don't know. I think I still like it. Because also, you know, the main character is still struggling with drugs. Like, it's also represented as a problem. It's not like... of course, like, everything is beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But it's deeper than that. It's a problem, and she's really struggling with it and trying to go out from it.
I hope she succeeds.
Me too.
I just wish, you know, they were more careful about it.
Plot twist.
Oh God. I just hope they can do good things and teach good things. I mean, it's not exactly their job to teach kids things, but at least don't put your audience for kids, not kids, teenagers and everything. You know, like, I don't know.
I think, I mean, the whole point for me is I think it's really important to talk about these topics, sex, drugs, whatever, but in a way that people can understand that what's your consequences and what happens to you in real life.
Yeah.
That's it, the example that you give about Trainspotting or Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, I was about to talk about this. Have you watched it?
Yeah. I watched, and that's it. I think it's a really amazing movie. I love. And that's it. You watch the movie, and in the end, you don't want to live that life.
Yeah,
for sure, because they face the unreality, and it's hard.
Also, a little tangents, but I think it should be addressed. Apparently, some, you know, because the writer is white and the main character is not, and apparently some black people, especially African Americans, are not completely okay with how this character was written. They feel like she's not, I don't want to say black enough, or her family is not black enough, but they don't feel represented. And I feel like that maybe that comes with a lack of diversity in the crew, like the you know, the writers and everything. And I feel like that's also super important to address, but it's not really related to this. I just wanted to say it.
No, but it's important to know that and to
Okay, so I actually have something super interesting that our dear friend Berta showed us. It's like this Instagram page shop. It's called End Overdose. The ad is end.overdose. and they sell like test strips for fentanyl. So if you actually do drugs and you buy the drugs, you can do a stripe test to see if they're laced with fentanyl. And they sell like stuff to help with like overdoses and things like that if you're actually laced with it, and it's really interesting, and I think you should check it, and you can order stuff from them, and it's really amazing that people are actually doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really important, that's it, because it's not good to do it.
Yeah, don't
So,
do drugs.
It's not good to do it. We are not encouraging you to do it, but if you actually do it, and or you know somebody that do it, you can share this page.
Yeah.
Because it's a healthy way to do it.
Yeah.
And I have another tip now that I remember. It's not really related, a little bit, but a lot of people that are smoking weed for the anxiety, or because a lot of people smoke weed because of the anxiety. That's true. So I know that if you smoke some specific herbs, plants, dried plants like lavender, rose petals, chamomile, you can have more or less the same effect. Of course, you are not high, but you can have less anxiety, you can sleep better, and I think it's a healthy way to do it. And a lot of people that are smoking weed and want to stop are using this trick to stop it, because feels kind of the same, but of course it's better and it's prettier. So
there you go, kids. Stop doing weed, do lavender. It's a new drug, it's super fun. I'm joking, please. No.
And what are you talking about related to that? If you do drugs, or if you know somebody, please, if something wrong happens, don't be afraid to talk with somebody or go to the hospital. Or
here in Romania, it's okay. You can go to the hospital, no judgments, you won't be arrested, it's completely fine.
Yeah,
just
please.
Don't die.
No, yeah, because, you need to think about you first.
Yeah.
You need to put yourself first. If you are in a bad situation, please do it. It's not a big problem. It's gonna be better after, for sure.
Better
Take
than
care
that,
of
for
yourself.
Sure.
Yeah, the point is not to judge.
Yeah,
That's all.
100%. No, especially no judgments here.
Mhm.
Even not to, don't mind my hate for Euphoria. You can still watch it if you want.
Watch it. I love it.
Watch it,
just
but
be careful.
be smart.
Yeah,
please.
Be
Have
that's the thing,
some
be
distance
smart
from
about
it, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know you're super smart teenagers. We're not calling you dumb. We know, like, teenagers, you get called dumb way too much, and you're not dumb at all. Like, you know stuff. Be smart. So, quick recap for real. We made some commentary about this really new, popular, fun show that is going around that maybe doesn't necessarily does the best impression of drugs and sex and things like that.
Mhm.
And we gave you some quick tips, and we talked, like, we had a really lovely chat about this topic. Yeah, and it was quite nice.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. And thank you, Apolline, you're amazing. Thank you
Yes.
so much. It was really
You are
fun.
amazing.
Oh. Okay, so see you next week, and next week we're gonna talk about pornography with Francesca from Italy, and it's gonna be probably fun. I think so. It's gonna be informative, at least.
Mhm.
Okay, so see you next time.
Thank you
See
for
you.
listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.